How does a pour-over will work? A pour-over will simply refers to a type of will that directs whatever assets have not yet been transferred into trust following a testator's death into that trust. The purpose of a pour-over will is to capture whatever assets remain outside the trust so that they're distributed according to the testator's wishes as set forth in the trust, and to avoid the possibility of a court determining how those assets are going to be distributed. It's easiest to think of it this way, that essentially the trust is the beneficiary under the will, and therefore the trust will receive the assets. Let's consider the following scenario to show how a pour-over will works. Dean, a middle-aged father of two, was diligent in his estate planning, and he created a comprehensive trust to ensure that his assets would be transferred smoothly and privately to his heirs upon his death. His trust included his house, 2 vehicles, securities investments, and other significant personal assets. However, life took an unexpected turn when he won the $5 million lottery and took the money and deposited that lump sum into his individual bank account, awaiting a consultation with his investment professional on what he's going to do with the money. Tragically, before Dean was able to meet with his investment advisor, he passed away, leaving the money in the account in his personal name. Fortunately, his pour-over will is designed for this scenario, and it can be used to transfer any assets that were not already funded into his trust at the time of his death into the trust after he passes. By probating the will and relying on its pour-over provisions, Dean's lottery winnings will be transferred into his trust. Once the winnings are transferred to the trust, they can then be distributed as Dean intended in alignment with his wishes as outlined in the terms of his trust. If Dean had not created a pour-over will, the distribution of his lottery winnings would have been more complicated. Without a will, the money still would have had to have gone through probate, but instead of passing to his trust and its beneficiaries as he intended, it would pass according to the state's intestate succession laws, which vary by state but generally prioritize spouses, children, and then other family members. In Dean's case, his surviving spouse and children would have been the primary beneficiaries under intestate succession laws. The court would have appointed an administrator, likely his surviving spouse, to oversee the probate administration and distribution according to state law, potentially leading to outcomes that might not have been the same as with his trust. A pour-over will can be a valuable estate planning tool, but it's been known to cause confusion for some. If you find yourself navigating these issues, it's advisable to consult with a qualified probate attorney who can help you understand how all these pieces work together. At RMO, we protect people like you every day. Contact us today to see how we might be able to help.